exploratory surgery on me. And back then there weren't, I mean, it was a long time ago. I'm not telling you how long. And my friend said, go to my reflexologist, who was a holistic practitioner, but they didn't have that terminology back then.
No, they didn't.
And he said to me, he spent about an hour actually talking to me, which doctors never do. And I answered all his questions, and he said, well, it's what you're having this pain because it's either this or this. He gave me 2 mineral supplements to take. And he said, I'd do x-rays on you, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be this or this. And just take these and you should be fine within a week. I was fine in 2 days.
Yeah.
Without any exploratory surgery.
Awesome.
Yeah. So ever since then, I've been very doctor shy. Very doctor shy. We have a holistic practitioner that you would love.
The wrong person to ask is your doctor because they have a financial interest in giving you medications and keep coming you back. You need to talk to a nutritionist and specifically a holistic or alternative nutritionist, not someone who's really trained by the the Dietetic Council. I forgot what it's called, but because they get funding, the American Dietetic Association Council, they get funding from Coke and Pepsi and the beverage industry and the pharmaceutical industry in the tune of almost millions of dollars a year they get funding. So, of course, if you're taking $1 million from the beverage industry that's serving sugar, they teach them that a spoonful of sugar, corn syrup, and pear are all the same, or apple is all the same. And once you add enzymes and fiber to a sugar, it's a totally different absorption, totally different the way it metabolizes in your body. But this is what, these dietitians in hospitals are telling people. That it doesn't matter if it's a spoonful of sugar or a banana or a pear or an apple, sugar.
Yeah, and that's not true. You know who Dr. Andrew Weil is?
Absolutely.
He pretty much ran the nutrition school that I went to, and he redesigned the food pyramid and came out with an anti-inflammatory diet, and he tried to get that all into medical schools, and because he knew that the only training they would get was how to write a diet in the hospital for somebody that was on a low sugar or low salt diet. That's all the training that doctors get in med school for nutrition. But he tried to change that, and he did get it changed in a couple, and I think that he actually gave up, Marcus.
It's a big battle.
Even though there's so many books. Oh, my God. How many books are there about how you should be eating?
Yeah.
There's thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And there's tens and tens of thousands upon scientific, peer-reviewed studies that this is legitimate, that herbs, mineral supplementation, diet is 100% legitimate, but it's not the orthodox method for Western medicine.
Right. Yeah. One of the major problems that people are having right now are fatty livers. It's because of their diet, and you can fix that in 30 days by a liver cleanse. Do you think a doctor would prescribe a liver cleanse?
Probably not.
Most likely never.
Which isn't, and it makes me so sad.
I totally agree 100%. People go to their doctor and they live by what their doctor says. And it's like, well, my doctor didn't say that, so it must not be true. And, I tell people that, you go to a surgeon, he's going to operate. You go to a dentist, they're going to find a cavity. You go somewhere, that's what they're trained to do.
They want to find something wrong. That's right.
I was once told by a friend of mine who's a physician's assistant that they get paid bonuses for the more tests that they give.
No.
Yes. Absolutely. That they get bonuses based upon more testing. So, all of a sudden you're getting an EKG, you're getting this blood work, you're getting that. Of course they're going to find something. Those tests are designed to find something.
They also get money or kickbacks from the pharmaceuticals on how many prescriptions they write of their particular drug.
Oh, absolutely. There's
that
all
makes
kinds
me
of
sick.
incentives.
Isn't that horrible? So it's turned into this, and not every doctor is like that. It's like not every restaurant is as wonderful as yours and as caring as yours. Not every doctor is as uncaring as many of them. But I'll tell you, from the time that from the time I was very, very young, I have not had good luck with doctors. I have thalassemia, which I was born with, and my pediatrician in Ohio, which is where I grew up, diagnosed it as an iron deficiency, and I had to take iron pills. Thalassemia is not iron treatable. When I was in California, I met a female doctor that ran some tests on me, that found out that had to send the freaking test to Ohio for the blood work to find out if I was thalassemic. That's where they did it, in Ohio. And
Wow.
and it was uniron treatable, and all those years I was on those iron pills.
So what is thalassemia?
Thalassemia is, do you know what that is, Marcus?
I do not.
It's Mediterranean anemia. So most of the people that are affected by it are from Mediterranean countries. And there's a thalassemia major and a thalassemia minor. And thalassemia major means both of your parents carry the gene, and you have to have a blood transfusion at birth. I have thalassemia minor. So all it means is that I have less blood than most people.
Oh.
So when there's viruses going around, do I get them? Yes. If I'm taking care of myself, I just get a mild case. But I don't have the white blood cells to fight stuff off. If I can't bleed. I not allowed to cut myself.
Wow.
So
Yes,
that's all it is. But why didn't, and I asked that doctor, how long has that test been in existence? And she said, as long as there's been Italians in the United States, that test, well, that goes back a long way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And nobody ever ran that test on me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't like doctors. That was the beginning of it. Oh, there's so much more.
There's so much
So anyway, I'm right on the boat with you there, Marcus.
Excellent.
And let food be thy medicine. And if everybody thought like that, and if doctors thought like that, what a different world this would be.
Yes, it
Isn't
would.
that a song?
Yes.
Totally.
What a beautiful world this would be. So
I think if doctors just realize that there's more than one way to treat something than what they're taught, it'd be different. If they just respected patients more.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think if patients were to say, I'm not going to get a second opinion, I'm going to get a different opinion.
that's a good
like
good
that.
way to put it.
I like that.
Right. And there
'Cause second opinions could be useless.
right. Because they probably went to the same school.
Yeah.
Same textbook.
Yeah.
So now, do you think that are people coming in and asking you more questions? Do you see a shift? Do you think it's changing?
People are definitely asking a lot more questions. People are concerned about their food. People know that there's a food health connection. People are more apt to eat organic, local, and they're willing to switch places out and drive to places to eat that.
That's true. I would drive further to eat something that I knew was going to be good and healthy for me, and that I could ask questions. We have a couple restaurants here in this area that that really focus on farm to table. One is Third and Johnson. He advertises with us, and we used to have Heather's over here that is no longer here, much to our dismay. But we lack that. How many restaurants in your area have your philosophy?
There's a few that like to say they're farm to table, that are farm to table, but I don't think they're as strict as I am, because I look at their bar, I look at some of the other ingredients they buy, and it's just, again, for some token ingredients. It's not for, well, where's that salt from? Where's that sugar from? Why are we serving Jack Daniels or any Budweiser products or any Diageo products?
Why aren't you?
So we don't serve. The biggest thing for me is that we all work hard for our money. And to be able to support, is that echo coming through?
We can hear a little click, and I can clean it up we can't really hear an echo.
Okay, because I can hear a little echo on my side.
I'm doing it on purpose.
I'll keep going. So we all work hard for our money, and I just hate giving money to these big, faceless corporations that don't care about communities, that don't care about employees, that don't really care about other smaller businesses, and they're there just to undermine and undercut and unfairly target or unfairly bribe. I mean, in the beer industry, the wine industry, the restaurant industry, we get offered bribes all the time. Buy this, I'll give you this. If you put 4 tap lines of our beer on, I'll get you Yankee tickets.
Really?
If you buy all this, oh my gosh, it's so rampant. Yes. There's restaurants that I know locally within 20, 30 minutes from here that have nothing good, no good beer on draft because they only buy from one distributor who gives them Yankee tickets, Met tickets, and these have all been offered to me. And I'm like, listen, I don't want that. I've been offered TVs. I've been offered, you buy this and you get so many points and you get to pick out of the catalog.
Oh my gosh!
It's the companies that do this are the companies that can afford to do it. The companies that are making the excess margins by putting cheaper food in the containers and the packages and charging the same price. So one of the really, like Guinness was doing a promotion here in New York. If you bought their new blonde ale 2 years ago, if you bought 2 kegs, you got 1 keg free. Or if you bought their regular Guinness, they'd give you a blonde ale for free. And it's like, wow, if you can afford to give away a keg of beer on a purchase of another keg or 2 kegs, you're charging too much to begin with. You're charging way too much.
That's a good point.
One of the things that, a lot of people still gladly pay for Guinness or gladly pay for whatever it is, these brands, because they think, or they've been tricked or brainwashed because of all the advertising that these companies do, that this is all of a sudden the brand to support, that it's what we have to be drinking or buying or eating, or it's what we need to do to be seen out at a restaurant, when that's not the case at all. You're just paying for millions of dollars of advertising. You're not paying for a better product. Sure, the product might be good, taste good, look good, but you're not really paying for the quality. It's all the marketing. Millions and millions of dollars go into marketing.
Right. Yep, that's true. Yes.
So, for example, Budweiser, when they bought Rolling Rock, the iconic American brewery.
Which was sad. That was sad, yes.
Right? They bought Latrobe. They shut the plant down because they don't want the people. They don't want the real estate. They don't want to be in the community because they know that they can take Rolling Rock and put it in Newark, New Jersey, in their massive operational plant there, and make it at a fraction of the cost, and then be able to distribute it throughout the country because they already have the distribution network, and they can literally cut the cost down by more than half probably, and still charge the same price to the consumer. Because they don't have a real estate anymore. They don't have all those employees. It's all done in a massive factory. And they honestly don't need all that infrastructure. They have the infrastructure themselves.
Right.
So they charge the same price, and us Americans or whoever's buying it are still paying InBev, Anheuser-Busch, a grossly inflated price for this product. And where does that money go? Well, yeah, it goes back to some shareholders, but look at the CEO. He makes millions of dollars a year. I'd rather give that money to a guy who owns a small brewery in a small community that's buying dance lessons for his daughter, or, buying a baseball glove for his son, and, or wants to take a little family vacation and get some time away. They can use our money better than these corporate conglomerates that don't care.
Right. So do you buy all your beer from local?
They're not local, but they're independent from wherever it comes